Got the chisel plow backed up here. I think I stopped. I was a little close. Put some new teeth on the back here, that these back rakes things that help level it out some. Got one down there in the very end that's broke off. I may not worry about it for now. But anyways, had to put 2 new teeth on. New point there, new point over there. The rest of them are flipped. You can see that that's wore out, but that's still got some acres left to it. I flipped them last fall and chisel plowed up probably in September. I think it was some of the plant ground that we had. I'll walk around the other side of it. Seems I can't get between the back of it and the 6420 because I backed up too far. Gonna give the 5115 another bath tomorrow. Get all the gunk off it from back blading out the spoils of the ditches. But you can see these aren't in horrible shape. Probably got 50 acres or more on them. Unfortunately, you know, like there's the other new one. It's an 11 shank. So obviously 9 of them are gonna have to be changed while the other 2 are gonna get flipped. So we're kind of in a screwy rotation with it, but oh well. I toyed with the idea of throwing them 9 away, but when they're like 18, 20 bucks a piece, I'm gonna get that 50 acres out of them, especially with crop prices the way they are. So, oh yeah, look, tough day. Oh, he come alive. Anyways, Amazon. What's everybody think of Amazon? I think it's great. I call my wife the Amazon Queen. We just got Buddy's milk bones from Amazon. As you can tell, I keep a whole container of them out here because what's your favorite thing when you're out here with me? Yeah, milk bones. Anyways, clock. My new John Deere clock. This one's got a switch right here that you can turn the lights off around the outside, but I'll probably just leave them on. It's battery operated, the clock part, but then the light part. Reason why I had to get a new clock, it says bigger crops from better seed beds, there's my old John Deere clock that was in the shop for years, and that one lit up on the inside. Problem is they got a glass front, so does that one. And here a week ago when we got a storm, the wind started kicking and all of a sudden it just shifted out of the north. Generally I'll try to close my doors when I know that's coming, but I wasn't here. I think I had to run to the town to the hardware or something. Well, the wind started blowing in here, blew all that rain in. Everything on the counter over there got blown off that was paper wise. Well, apparently it blew just right that it blew my clock off. And there it sits, glass all over hell. So I had to clean all that up, but we got a new clock out of the deal. So today is actually a decent day after the 1.6 inches of rain we had the other day. It's probably in the, I don't know, low to mid 60s right now. They're saying 65 for a high. It's Saturday. Tomorrow, Sunday, is supposed to be like 67. Decent. But then, let me show you. Let me get it up on my phone. It's just, you know, for those of you like Upstate Bill and Gary Bridger and whatnot from New York, you know what I'm talking about. All right. Here's what they're showing. Beautiful, huh? Look at next weekend. Highs in the mid to upper 40s, and they're showing them stupid little snowflakes. Yay! Yeah. It's insane. I mean, it's freaking May, for God's sakes. But, oh well. if it does dry up a little later this week, we're gonna start tearing up some ground. We got some tiling to finish up, and we up here where we did the tiling on this side hill up the road. I did go up there the other day before all the rain and found some water coming out of the ground in one spot right on where the tile plow went through. So obviously we crossed something, whether it's an old stone ditch, an old clay tile, whatever. So we got to take the backhoe, dig that up, tee into whatever it is. That'll be fine. This field across from the shop here, it is amazing that after all the rain we just got, there's not very much, if hardly anything, on the headland right there. But as you can see, we ran one tile across that headland down to the outlet and hooked it into all the ones up through there. So it's working, but we need more days like today. Heat, we need heat. So funny story and kind of a rant. So again, you New York guys will understand this. Our wonderful governor has closed schools for the rest of this school year. I get it. I mean, it's May. School's over within June here. We start here in New York right after Labor Day in September, and then it ends about the middle of June. So I'm good with that. Close it. But he's telling schools, before you can open next September, you need to show us a plan of social distancing and all this bullshit. So what are we supposed to go out and buy a whole bunch of new school buses and stuff? I mean, look it up. I have. I think 2018 was the year I looked up. I don't know, statistics for 19 would be out yet or not. New York State, only state in the United States that spends over $20,000 per student for a K through 12 education. I think in 2018 it was like 24,000. COVID. Anyways, next closest was Alaska at like 19,000. There's states across this country that are between $4,000 and $10,000 per student, but I get Alaska. You got to ship everything in there. All the food for the kids in the school, you know, everything's got to be shipped to Alaska. But good old New York, 24,000 per student K through 12 education. So now we're gonna, have to buy more school buses so we can only put 10 kids on a bus. And we were actually closing one of our schools at our local school because the middle school was gonna close because, student population is going down. Imagine that. No shit, Sherlock's. They won't close it now. How can they? Because they're gonna need that extra space so we can spread everybody out. I don't know. I still think this is way overblown. We'll see what happens. Buddy of mine was turkey hunting up back here this morning. For those of you that are older, you might remember the heavy metal band Man O' War. My buddy's the lead singer of it. He lives here in our county. He lives in the city of Auburn. Stage name is Eric Adams, which is his two sons' names. I know him by his real name. We'll just leave it at that. So, but anyways, he's 67 years old now. He says they probably did the last outdoor concert before this whole COVID thing hit. They were just outside of Mexico City on March 14th. They had, what the hell was it he said? They had somewhere in the neighborhood of 70,000 people in this outdoor stadium that they played for. Deep Purple opened for them. They don't do much in the United States anymore because they're so popular overseas, Europe, Mexico, Russia, all over. So and they're all in their mid to late 60s now. So they tour from like fall. He's a big hunter. So after deer season in the fall, they go tour, Europe, all those places, Italy, come back in March or April and take the rest of the year off. But anyways, when he come back, he says the doctors were, all questioning, well, where have you been? How do you feel? Do you have a fever? No, I'm fine. Where have you been? Oh, Mexico City. Says they all back up. Well, were you around people? I mean, this was March 14th. Why were you there? Yeah, I was around about 70,000 people. Can you imagine telling them that? What were you doing in a group like that? Well, I wasn't really near them. I was up on the stage. You know, he's explaining all to them. But he said the same thing. This is so... Do we shut down our entire world and economy for the, 400 to 450,000 people that die a year worldwide because of the flu? No, we don't. Do we shut down the United States for the 35 to 40,000 people a year that die of the flu? And that's not counting pneumonia, which, by the way, if you notice, nobody's dying of pneumonia or the flu anymore. Those numbers just have dropped out of sight. Wonder why? Because they're calling it all COVID. It's insane. I mean, it's turning this world upside down. But anyways, enough of that rant. So just wanted to show you I'm getting the chisel plow ready. Hopefully this is the next piece of equipment that you'll see getting used here in the next 3-4 days if it dries up. Wanted to show you my neat clock. I like having the light on. Here, let me try to zoom her in a little for you. Yeah, I hate this son of a bitch and zoom button on this GoPro, but I think I'll just leave that on all the time. I like the light. I actually like it better being on the outside as opposed to the other one that was on the inside here. But so if we fix that tile, maybe I'll film that. I don't know. It's getting frustrating finding things to film because it's freaking May and we're not in the goddamn fields yet. But hopefully between today and tomorrow there's a nice breeze, as you can see with the flag there. So today and tomorrow being in the mid-60s, breeze, that should help. So hopefully we get at it pretty soon. You can actually see us doing something other than going crazy waiting to get into the fields. All right, we'll see you. All right, I got the gator sitting here because my garbage is pretty full. Gotta go dump that. But I was gonna show you the rock picker and how it works. And I will show you the rock picker and how it works. But I got a hydraulic outlet that's being a son of a bitch and the hose keeps popping out. So when I get that figured out, then I'll be back to show you how the Schulte rock picker works. All right, take 2 or 3 because son of a bitch popped out on me a couple times. This hydraulic lever runs your digger part that goes down to get the stones. This one runs your reel. So if I push this one forward, it goes down to the stone, then you push your reel and you suck your stone up on. But if you keep pushing the down one farther and hold it, that's also how you dump this. Now I'm not gonna let that go all the way because I don't want the shit that's left in there sitting on my shop floor. But that'll go all the way up and dump right over backwards. Then you just bring it down and there you go. All right, the third outlet that we put on, it ran up there. Well, you can see them all down in there for the loader controls. Well, my loader still works. As you can see, you pull back, you go up, down, forward, left, curls it up, right, goes down. But this right here, electric switch, electric over hydraulic basically. That was for right turn, left turn of your snowplow, to angle your snowplow from side to side. So we unplug those two during the spring and we plug in the hoses for the rock picker, and that becomes our hydraulic tongue that swings the rock picker back and forth. So there's road, transport to go down the road right behind us, and then you swing it out for field position. So rather than spend the $2,700, if you go back to that video where I showed how we put that on, Deere, I'll shut this off for now. Deere wanted $2,700. Yes, you heard me right. Whee, $2,700. The old ones, you used to be able to just put a new block on, but this is all one block, and the lines, I would have had to take this off and put a new one on that had 3 outlets. Well, that's crazy. And I see that one's got a little drip to it. So I guess I'll have to address that. We obviously got a slight leak somewheres. But anyways, that's the Schulte 2500 giant rock picker. And no, when you look in it, I'm not sure it is big enough to pick a couple of those rocks that we had, that we dug up while doing tile. But then again, there's no way they would come up that chute. The reel wouldn't push them. And here's a chain, goes around, that runs your reel. But I got it all greased, ready. Chisel plow's ready. Rock picker's ready. I did hook onto the new field cultivator this morning. Before I hooked onto the chisel plow, there was really no sense in showing it. I just pulled it up here in the driveway on the level, adjusted the tongue so that it sat level, took it across the road, just dropped it into the dirt just to make sure it was level in the dirt. And it wasn't dirt, it was mud. So, but I will say, in the last 3 hours or so since I've done that, it's drying up. I mean, we got a breeze. It's probably 65. Well, what's my thermometer in here say? Well, in the shop here, it's a little over 60 now. So it's probably 65 outside. It's supposed to be 67 tomorrow, like I said. So I don't know. Hopefully we're back at it by the end of the week. Other than that ugly weather forecast that I showed you, where they show upper 40s, low 50s the end of next week. Crazy. So, all right, well, next video, hopefully is us actually turning some dirt. So I'll probably just send this one out, and running out of things to do. Everything's ready. Guess we could play some more ping pong. Everybody keeps telling us with no sports on TV. I've had a couple comments that said, hey, keep taping the ping pong games. It's the only live sports we get. And you can watch me spike it between Chelsea's eyes like I did. So for those of you new subscribers that didn't see that one, you got to go back to the ping pong video. Barb slowed it down perfect when I spiked one and it came up. Chelsea swung at it, missed, and hit her right between the eyes. Ping pong ball. Obviously didn't hurt. So anyways, subscribe if you would. Give me the thumbs up if you like the video. Ring the bell. Scruffy, I forget that sometimes. And you can follow me on Instagram too. It's Andy the Grumpy Farmer on Instagram. All right, so fingers crossed. Next video will be turning dirt.